Greetings, everyone. This is Rock and Roll Spot coming at you with the Weekly Come Up Roundup. We've made it through this week's DC and Image books a few days ago, beginning of the week. So we will now start to tackle this week's Marvel books. Kicking things off, we've got part one of this week's Blood Hunt tie-ins. Blood Hunt, as mentioned previously in the week, is Marvel's current event crossover. All the heroes and villains who have Dark Force powers exploded, and their Dark Force energies blotted out the sun. This was a plot, a vampire plot. The vampires are led by Blade. Blade actually possessed by Varney, the first vampire. But the Avengers have taken a bit of a beating. Basically, things aren't going well for the heroes. Well, they're actually at least beginning to rally. But Doctor Strange was attacked by Blade, and before he could be turned, he astral projected. So his body is a vampire, but his soul is, his soul is fine. And so that brings us to Doctor Strange number 17. While the good doctor and his wife Clea are away to recruit help, Wong is trying to find out what's going on, and has stumbled upon Doctor Strange's vampiric form. During the scuffle with as Strange fights off, or as Wong fights off Strange, Stephen's body is possessed by the spirit of his brother, Victor Strange, who has escaped from the Crypt of Shadows, or Tomb of Shadows, whatever. And so, those who are all bats and the snakes, who are currently imprisoned in the Crypt of Shadows, well, they have to figure out how are they going to, save Stephen. And so, that's where we begin. Baron Mordo is also imprisoned in the Crypt of Shadows, and he's helping the snakes and bats, mainly because he feels killing Strange is going to be his thing. And so Bats tells a story about dogs and how dogs became man's best friend. And apparently there was in prehistoric times there was a tiger god that was created by mankind's fear of, well, tigers in the dark. And the dog god arrives. And basically gives bats the power to help the doctor. And so the doctor, well, Victor in Stephen's body has to deal with the divinely possessed bats. And Wong deals with Mordo. Basically saying, hey, you know, I had nothing to do with what's going on with Victor. This is Victor's thing. You know, but I'm gonna, you know, Stephen owes me one. But Bats removes Victor's spirit from Stephen's body because Bats is a ghost. And, well, Wong discovers that Stephen's body is healed. He's no longer afflicted with vampirism. And Victor is once again imprisoned, or well, taken prisoner by Baron Mordo. And all's well that ends well. That is where the issue ends. It should be noted that at this point, Blood Hunt is actually prepared. The final issue of the main series is, well, yeah, the next issue. Moving on, though, to our next book, we've got Miles Morales' Spider-Man number 22. Miles has not exactly been having a great go at things with this whole Blood Hunt thing. He got turned into a vampire by Blade. Because, of course, he trusts Blade. Another plot point of note is that Brielle, Blade's daughter, is the only one who can stop Blade by killing him, which she does not want to do. And she's also been taken care of at the moment by Dracula. But more on that later. Later weeks, though. So, Spider-Man has been dealing with Hightail. He managed to somewhat break the curse, but he's still afflicted with vampirism. But he's able to kind of rein himself in. He's not a monster, basically. And so Hightail and Miles are had to deal with vampire Reimer, who had previously counted Hightail among his vassals, but he'd been imprisoned by Blade and Miles and Brielle. Well, Reimer's free. Oops. So, Miles and Hightail deal with Reimer, and they get some help from Bloodline, and the three are holding their own, but no. Miles has a plan. Basically, web up the artifact that can hold, or that will hold Reimer. Does so, and as Reimer is sucked back in, Hightail tosses a dagger at his forehead. Dracula shows up and basically destroys the relic. That and it made it so that well, he sent the abomination and the artifact to a place where no one can tamper with them. But Brielle has not been happy about the fact that, as far as she knows, she's the only one who can save the world by killing her dad. And it's not like her dad's been in her life her entire life, so you know. But Dracula wants to make sure she's, you know, she'll, you know, play her part. But the issue ends with Dracula, Spider-Man, and Brielle charging into further another vampire assault. So yeah, Miles Morales is a vampire. So like I said, this is the first video we're doing on Blood Hunt. The tie-ins with ongoings and miniseries will be for this one shots in the next one. And so that brings us to our next book, Blood Hunt, Black Panther #3. So the Blood Coven, the vampires who helped take over the Impossible City helped Blade take over the Impossible City. They also allowed so that Black Panther could be turned, and he's been given a mission to find the temple of the first blasphemy, which is related to Wakanda and Atlantis. At this point, T'Challa has made it to the Indian Ocean and is heading to the temple ruins, to Atlantean temple ruins in the Indian Ocean. He deals with it seems like it looks like a Tuma. But currently, T'Challa is able to overcome the vampirism, thanks to his patron goddess Bast, the Panther goddess, and also with aid of the river goddess Anuket. They've also been telling a tale of a ancient conflict that was that led to the first time that Varney attempted to become a god. But the ancient god Koku, as well as Khonshu, Bast, and others were also involved, but Varney's attempted godhood was foiled, and at the temple ruins, some vampires, some of Varney's servants attack T'Challa, but manages to evade them. after Varney's defeat in the past, the gods had some bickering over what was going to happen. Um, Overall, though, Khonshu, often to say on Earth, um, volunteered Ra as well. But Anuket, Bast, Gakri, yeah. But yeah, in the present, T'Challa manages to basically transport using the Impossible City and its mass translocation drives. T'Challa manages to teleport the Temple of the First Blasphemy to New York, but he's got a trap. This actually takes place before Bloodhunt number 4, but the issue didn't come. Yeah, they put Bloodhunt on a truncated schedule as they appear to be doing with all of their events. However, tie-ins are not on said truncated schedule. Bringing us to our last book for the moment, we've got Bloodhunters number 3. Bloodhunters is a anthology miniseries dealing with various characters in during Bloodhunt. We've had a running story involving also Bloodstone and Dagger, which is the last story, but yeah. So first off, we've got Lord and Savior. In the Liberian embassy is attacked by vampires, but Liberian sovereign, Dr. Doom, saves at least one, saves who he can, especially one of the embassy workers. Though she is one of the citizenry of Liberia who is not fond of Doom, and Doom is aware of this. But it is stated that her machinations will serve Doom, and thusly her child will be saved. Next up, we've got Follow the House of Utter. A drifter basically takes a job off of Rock's list, doing farm work, and the farmer, whose farm it is, tells him he's looking for a replacement, and he gives Len, the farmhand, some advice: stay out of the barn. And so this guy, because Hell Cow's in there, and so as the sky is darkened, Hell Cow and Len did the work on the farm, and Hell Cow fed. One point, a vampire hunter attempted to kill Hell Cow. However, Len took a pitchfork to the hunter. And so, Len, who's apparently sick, ventured into the barn. Drank from a bucket of Hellcow's milk. And it turns out the real reason the barn was off limits is the Hell Calf. So Len offers himself up, trying to be immortal, and it seems as though maybe it's going to work out. But yeah, Hell Cow and Hell Calf fed on him, and that's where he died. And so, Once More in the Darkness, Part 3. Elsa Bloodstone and Dagger have been doing what they can, trying to protect those on the streets as they can, but they ran into a turned White Widow, and Dagger took the vampire curse into herself. And burned the curse out. And so Dagger and White Widow are okay, but White Widow's got was pinned to a wall by her palms, so yeah, not ideal. And they're going to attempt. They're trying. Seems like Dagger's going to try and figure out how to restore all the Dark Force users. And when it comes to dealing with the vampire swarm, Elsa fires a stake into the air. The stake is caught by Hallows Eve, who's wearing vampire mask. She's gonna to go undercover to deal with the vampires. But she's a little pissed right now and about to throw hands. And that is where the issue ends. So Bloodhunt has been an interesting crossover. And it looks like there are going to be at least some lasting effects. There appears to be a non-Bloodhunters series coming in August, and seemingly Elsa, White Widow, and Miles, still a vampire, are on the lineup for the book. So, but that's it for now. As always, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Links to my Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Blue Sky, Mastodon, Patreon, and PayPal can be found in the description box down below. This is Rock and Roll Spock signing off, saying, live long and rock hard.